So I took some of your suggestions down for Hagrid Hut from the last episode here. We have a couple of things done here. We swapped out the buttons for levers. A little bulky, but they work. We have a sink with a tap here as well. Hagrid's still knocking around. And some bit of snow for pillows on the bed here. I guess that's a moosh room. We might put a window up there. How does that look? That doesn't. Okay. We'll reconsider that option later on. But yeah, Hagrid's Hut, coming along nicely here. Let me know if you have any other suggestions for it here. But continuing with our plan, I suppose, of working on one section of the castle each episode, we're going to work on this area here. This is kind of the main hallway. Well, not hallway, like a proper hall. It's a big room between the grounds and the castle interior. I think up here as well, this kind of size is going to be a clock tower, which will go up quite a way. I'm not sure if we'll work on that today or not. We're going to work on this main front area here for sure. I've kind of roughed it out for what I want so far. We could probably make that into like a proper creeper face, actually. That's pretty much the perfect kind of shape. I'm getting bored of stone though. Is there anything else we can use? I wish there was something slightly less grey. Like a more what's the word I'm trying to think of? Cohesive? No. Continuous? Continuous kind of slab colour without this border. I think that would be a nice block to have, but we don't have that. We're not modded here. Is there anything else we could use? Try clay. It looks kind of stony. And it's a lighter colour. Kind of built at a different time. Maybe it's a bit too light. A bit too drastic between the two there. Something we can definitely consider in the future. I'm gonna mess around here. I'm gonna see what kind of damage I can do. Okay, this is what we have so far. Expanded the roof up here. A little bit of an overhang on the roof. Planned out kind of where the floor of the clock tower will be above here. I think I'm going to run these supports down, probably out of wood. Just kind of, it's not necessary, but just kind of make it look structurally integral, right? So that'd be good. We're going to extend this roof up the back as well. I'm thinking a couple more blocks higher. Maybe about there, and then we can start the clock face. But that's in the clock tower, that's not in this part here. Kind of liking the dark, or the cyan stained clay. Light grey and grey are not light grey and grey, they're more like flesh tone. But the cyan is actually pretty good for highlighting stuff, or I guess low lighting stuff that's darker. So we might try and employ that in other parts of the castle, maybe like under that roof there or something. Just here. Just kind of in kind of shadowy areas of roof, I guess. But we're still working on this part here. Need to do some more to fill in this area. I'm probably going to put some depth into this area. Like sink that in. Maybe a window here. Looking out that way. A window on this side. Looking out that way. But yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens here. And we've got a little bit more done here. Try to put some wither skulls here. Not really any options for small statues in Minecraft, which I kind of want here. We could kind of make the iron golem recipe, but that's 3y. Oh, I guess this is a... No, this is an even number. So no, we won't be able to put that in there, right, regardless. So yeah, I put these wither skulls here. Kind of look like statuish things. Kind of work. Not entirely convinced with those though. We've got a couple of slats up there, which I'll show you on the inside here. Rather clear. We have to remember that this was a working castle at some point. So there are these gates, almost kind of things here, to stop the ladders sliding down, because obviously you don't want the students climbing these. But we'll set up some kind of command block thing where you push a lever, that disappears, and the ladder kind of slides down almost, and you can climb up here. Up here, we have a little balcony area with a portcullis hanging above, suspended on chains. And then these slats here, these can be used to shoot at invaders, because obviously, like I said, this used to be a working castle. So that's a necessary thing. And then we have another ladder here. That just leads up to the housing mechanism for the chains, the winches and whatnot. So that's where that lives. And then that also kind of feeds into the base of the clock tower here as well. That's kind of what we've got done there. I don't think there's any other kind of changes at all. Just kind of hinted at a creeper face there though, which is nice, I think. And we have the windows on this side here. This is the east side of the room, or facing west. So, yeah, east side of the room. Windows looking out on the grounds here. Just nice thin windows. From the inside they look kind of like this. We need to fill in this part here. Yeah. Hello? Hello? Can we see Hagrid's hut from here? Very, very tippy tip of Hagrid's hut you can see from here. Alrighty. That's those guys. Okay, we have the other set of windows done here. Looking out on this hill, I can see whatever that is. I think that's somebody's house over there. And just kind of a view of the castle and the mountain and the balcony over there. This wall, we kind of have a little... It just kind of juts out a little bit. Not sure how much I like that yet. We'll have to give it a go and see. Maybe if we put a viewing platform here or something, like a balcony. That might look a little better. Weather clear. Bum bum bum. Yes, I know we should get the book, but I haven't been bothered to make the book again yet, so we haven't got the book now. Just continuing up the clock tower here, we need to do the floor at some point and work out a lighting situation. Lighting being one of the worst things to do in Minecraft, because all you get is a stupid little torch and it lights about a square foot. but we'll see what we can do. And we have a little balcony area up there, so you'd just be able to look up to the next corridor to give us a slight bit more depth. Not really see much. We might put a painting on the other side of this, the other side of the corridor here on purpose, just so you got something to look at through the gap. And we have a couple of torches, done some stuff on the floor here. We might bring this quartz out one more, and bring the andesite out wider as well. So the andesite 5 wide and the quartz out one further. But as it stands, I'm pretty happy with how it looks here. Maybe even if we just do something like that. It's getting a little rude there now, actually. But I think it looks okay. Maybe. I have to think about that. And let me know in the comments what do you think as well. Got a couple of torches down here. We have done some work on this kind of area too, just kind of spilling over a little bit. Just how this balcony works from this side of the corridor. So the floor level would be here in this corridor, and then you'd step down slightly onto this balcony area. You'd be able to look down and whatnot. And there's going to be a door here as well. This door would lead through through onto this staircase, which would head up here, and this is going to be the staircase into the clock tower itself. So into the main portion of the clock tower. That's what that is going to be. But yeah, I think it's coming along pretty nicely. We're probably not going to cap this until we've got the clock tower going, so we might start a little bit on that, just until I run out of time to record today, and we'll see what we can get done here. Alright, we have the clock tower structure done. Kind of modelled it after, or the clock face is kind of modelled after clocks in the game. We're probably going to change out the colour of the white to be more like the clock here. So blue, black, and maybe a gold spot roaming around where the sun should be. Hopefully that is doable. The clock face is pretty much kind of accurate to what the Minecraft clock is, roughly, so we'll see what we can do there. Just put the white in for now, so we can get a scale of how it looked, or a sense of scale, a look of scale, a scale of how it sensed. It's pretty big from across the ground. If you're up in the owlery here, I mean, you could easily tell the time. Over in Hagrid's hut over here. Like so. You could easily tell the time. Yeah, it's pretty big, even in like the courtyard, which is going to be surrounded by more castle. You should be able to see a part of the clock. I mean, these structures are going to come up slightly, so that might obscure it. But you should be able to see at least part of it if you're back at the far end there. So hopefully that looks good enough. I will probably do it with stained clay, so it has that clock kind of look, where you can kind of look out the clock, you know, like you can look through the glass of the clock. We'll see. Anyway, that's kind of all the time I have today, and the heater has just kicked in. So I'm going to wrap up the episode here. If you'd like to join the Patreon server, explore Hogwarts and its many, many secrets, and build in the Hogsmeade area here, the inaugural building in Hogsmeade, you can head on over to patreon.com/adlington, where a pledge of $10 a month will get you onto the Patreon server. I would like to thank Pickle Hosting for hosting the Patreon server. They do a very good job, and it's rarely ever been down, which is kind of what you want from a server, so definitely check out Pickle Hosting as well. And yes, most of all, I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all in the next episode.